You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
So there's been a really disturbing development out of Sydney involving a 26-year-old man named David James. He was recently publicly identified after a court lifted suppression orders, and he's now facing more than a dozen child abuse-related charges. It's the kind of story that shakes communities and raises big questions about how child safety is managed in the childcare sector. David James, who had been working at out-of-school hours, that is OOSH, care centers around Sydney's northern suburbs, is accused of producing child abuse material involving at least 10 children between the ages of 5 and 6. The alleged offenses are believed to have taken place at 6 childcare facilities between 2021 and 2024. According to the Australian Federal Police, that is AFP, these children were specifically targeted during his shifts, although he worked across almost 60 different sites during his time in the industry. What's really troubling is how this all came to light. Investigators were initially tipped off after material surfaced on the dark web, and from there, the AFP traced the content back to James. He was first arrested in October last year after allegedly refusing to provide access to his phone. Once police gained access, they uncovered thousands of files, totaling nearly 19 gigabytes of data. While not all of it was illegal content, the analysis of every single file was described as an extremely painstaking process. Now, the charges against him include multiple counts of using a child under 14 to make abuse material, possessing that material, and refusing to comply with police. Authorities say they've contacted all families whose children may have been affected, and support services have been put in place. Adding to the shock is the fact that James was also a former New South Wales police officer. He served as a probationary constable for less than a year before moving into a civilian role, all while allegedly working in childcare without the police being aware. Apparently, he didn't seek the required approval for secondary employment, so no one knew he had contact with kids through another job. This case is part of a broader concern. In just the past year, multiple childcare workers across Australia have been charged with serious offenses, leading the federal government to push for tighter safety regulations. Experts are calling for more reform, like a national register for childcare workers, to prevent something like this from ever happening again. For now, David James remains in custody, and his case is set to return to court in a few weeks. But the damage has already been done, and the ripple effects across families, schools, and the entire community are going to be felt for a long time. Stay subscribed for more videos.